Netflix has a brand new Western out now called The Harder They Fall. It's a black Western that's directed by Jeymes Samuel and stars a who's who of incredible black actors working today. I'm going to let you know what I thought about this one next. Hey everyone, it's the Outlaw John Rocha here with a review for you for The Harder They Fall. You know I had to put on the cowboy hat if we're talking about a Western. It's out on Netflix right now. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it in just a second. But first, I want to remind you all to please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you see when we're dropping all the new content we do here on the Outlaw Nation. And then head on over to Twitch to follow and subscribe to me there if you enjoy being on Twitch. The Outlaw Nation, all one word. Play alongs, watch alongs. The John and Wendy show on Fridays, all there. And I'll let you know later. You can be part of the Patreon and be an interactive part of the Outlaw Nation as a patron of all we do here on the channel. All right, let's get into this film here. This is directed by Jeymes Samuel, who did a 2013 Western that kind of had some characters from this Western that show up in The Harder They Fall. That one was called They Die by Dawn. It starred Giancarlo Esposito, Rosario Dawson, Jesse Williams, the late, great Michael Kenneth Williams, Bokeem Woodbine, Harry Lennox, and Isaiah Washington, and Erykah Badu as Stagecoach Mary. Now you say, Stagecoach Mary, that's a character that's in this film, The Harder They Fall, played by Zazie Beetz. So a couple of these characters kind of carry over, recast in a new story here. Let's take a look at that cast. That cast includes Jonathan Majors leading the way as Nat Love. He is the main protagonist of this movie, and he's going toe-to-toe or trying to get revenge on the man who killed his family. And the man who killed his family is Idris Elba, Rufus Buck. That's who he's playing. A kind of otherworldly, fantastical villain who somehow can't be killed no matter how you try, and he escapes in so many interesting ways throughout the movie. This cast also includes the great Regina King as Trudy Smith, a badass woman riding in the West. And let me tell you something about this film. A lot of these characters actually existed in the West. You can do research and find out who those characters were and what they did in real life in the West. And I love that they're going forward with this and introducing these characters in this scenario. LaKeith Stanfield in here is Cherokee Hill. He is essentially a sociopathic gunfighter and is quite unsettling in certain moments and devious as hell. Jacoby Howard is in here as Angel, who I really enjoy in the movie as well. Delroy Lindo as Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves, also a character in the previous Jeymes Samuel movie. And also Deon Cole in here as Wiley Esco. Deon Cole is so good in this movie. I'm used to seeing him do the Old Spice commercials and doing that sitcom that he had for a while. So to see him play a little more of a darker character, a little more of a, how can I say, gray character, I really enjoyed seeing from him. And I'll tell you this, Danielle Deadwyler as Cuffy is great. She comes into this film and she is playing the bouncer of Stagecoach Mary's place, and she stands out like crazy throughout the film. I really enjoyed all the quiet moments we got with her and all the tougher moments we got with her as well. But Jonathan Majors is the person you want to talk about. You know, he just recently popped up as Kang in Loki. He's been in a number of films. I certainly enjoyed him in The Last Black Man in San Francisco. That was an excellent film. If you haven't watched that yet, that should be out. I think that's out on Amazon Prime or Hulu. But Jonathan Majors is a gentleman. Defy Bloods. He is building his resume. Lovecraft Country. He is just building his resume as an actor to watch out for, and he is so much fun in this film. The basic premise is his character Nat Love, when he was a kid, his entire family was killed in their own home by Rufus Buck. He is left alive to carry the weight of the death of his family right in front of him, and he's going after Rufus Buck in the film here to get his revenge. And he's got his crew, he's got his posse that he rides with, so it's basically a gang warfare between two of these gangs going at it here in the Old West. Nat's gang includes Edi Gathegi as a sharpshooter and RG Cyler, who I mentioned earlier, as a quick draw specialist. We get Stagecoach Mary, and as I mentioned, we get Cuffy involved as well. On Buck's side of things, LaKeith Stanfield and Regina King are the stands out there. Regina King, well, I mean, from the moment she rides on the screen to every situation she finds herself in, and she has a bit of a huge physical fight with Stagecoach Mary, she is just incredible. I mean, that's why you cast someone like Regina King to bring her badassery, her talent as an actress, and her abilities to chew those words in those scenes and make the most out of them. She is so good. And Idris Elba is fantastic here as the villain. You know, when he plays villains, he seems to go to the next level because he plays these villains with a little bit of pathos, with a little bit of like kind of, I don't know, sadness to them. And I think he brings that out very powerfully in the movie. He has these battles, verbal battles and physical battles throughout the film that will absolutely shock you for sure. And speaking of shocking, let's get into something else that I like about the movie. Besides the acting, I enjoyed that they leaned into the more pulpier aspects of Westerns. There's a lot of blood here, a lot of gore here, there's a lot of gun battles here, and I enjoyed that. And, for some of you who think that Westerns are the Searchers and Unforgiven, you don't understand the genre until you go all the way down. It isn't just Unforgiven. It isn't just the Searchers. It isn't just Butch Cassidy or the Magnificent Seven. There's also pulpier Westerns that are enjoyable and so much fun to explore. And this is one of those. Let me tell you, as an all-black Western, this was a lot of fun for me to enjoy and sit back. And yeah, there's anachronistic music and there's anachronistic phrases or whatever, but you're watching actors have a lot of fun in this film. And I think it really comes through, and it's a revenge film. So the right there is the cliche of the Western. I got to find the villain who killed my family. There's about 35 or maybe 100 other Westerns where it's the young kid grows up to take revenge on the outlaw who killed his family or killed someone that he cared about when he was a kid, and so he's going after them. So I love that they've set this thing up. There's a weird little tangent when they go off to rob some money from a bank. It's an all-white town. Even the sand is white, or the dirt is white, rather. The bank is white. Everybody involved is white. So clearly there's some commentary being made, some social commentary being made in this movie as well. But if you're looking for this to be like an epic classic film, it's not going to be that. It's just a lot of fun. Is it a bit overlong? Yes, that's the thing I could ding it for. Is the script a bit unbelievable at times with certain interactions? Sure. And is there a bit of cheesiness in I'm going to say the most badass thing in this scene that I can say? Sure. But when you've got this level of actors, this stable of actors, you just kind of sit back and let them do their thing and enjoy it, and enjoy the fact that this exists, that this even exists. I've seen some people be kind of cynical or critical about this movie. And yeah, you can go be that, because I'm not going to begrudge your opinion. But overall, I think this is a fun time if you want to kind of open the door to the idea of black Westerns. And don't tell me there aren't Westerns in your filmography or your collection that aren't a little cheesy. I mean, Tombstone can get super effing cheesy. So don't come at me with for liking The Harder They Fall when you've got Tombstone in your collection, or Young Guns 2, which is super cheesy as well. So I'm going to tell you this. I enjoyed the hell out of this thing. I give it about 3.5 cowboy hats because it's just so inventive in the approach here. I enjoy Jade Samuel's direction here, the way he takes us from place to place. There's not a lot of time to rest. There's not a lot of time to take a breath. This is a constantly moving train. There are a couple of tangents that I think undercut what he's trying to do in the film that I think were a bit unnecessary, but overall, they don't take away from the effect of the film. And there's a reveal near the end that I think is a bit kind of not, it doesn't really work in the way that it thinks it was going to work. It comes off a bit like kind of incorrect or kind of weird when it should have added a little more drama and depth and tension to the final confrontation. It doesn't quite 100% work. So that's why I keep it at 3.5. So overall, just a really good time. Go and watch this thing on Netflix. Have a lot of fun. But I don't know, put on your cowboy hats and have some fun enjoying this movie as you watch it. That's The Outlaw telling you. I recommend this movie, so go and enjoy it. All right, well, that's my review here on the Outlaw Nation channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you see when we're dropping all the new content we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. And remember to give a like on this video and share it on your social media, because when you share it on your social media, you're telling people, hey, this is a cool place to come and enjoy some content. And speaking of content, I do even more of it on Twitch. So if you want to go and subscribe to me on Twitch, follow or subscribe to me there, the Outlaw Nation, all one word. Go ahead and do that now. And then head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/John Rocha, if you want to support everything we're doing here on the Outlaw Nation channel. There are multiple tiers for you to be a part of and support all we're doing here, and have some benefits involved as well, and get to hang out on the Discord, get to do all kinds of stuff we got there on the Outlaw Nation Patreon. All right, take care of yourselves. Be well. I'm going to mosey on down the road, and I'll see you next time with another brand new review here on the Outlaw Nation channel.